Let's put some music in here. Wow, check out those glasses. All right, let's see. How much time do we have? We got Hal Hoagie in the building. And we're starting now. Here we go. Have a great show.
Off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to balance out all the bad news out there with some good news, good people, and good series. And you can tell who's in studio that it is Friday. And because it is Friday, we do have someone you may know. His name is Ricky Rebel. He is a Billboard Top 40 recording artist, is seen on tour with Britney Spears. He's been a Grammy member since 2017, part of the voting membership for the Academy. He was discovered by Michael Jackson, signed to his label on Sony, and later signed to Madonna's record label, Maverick Records. And this month, actually, I got to change that. He's going to be inducted.
I was inducted. Yeah.
Oh, it happened already.
Yes.
This is what happens when I'm in. And he was just, and he was just inducted into the American Entertainment Hall of Fame. Please welcome to my studio, Ricky Rebel.
Thank you.
All time stops when I travel. I am broadcasting live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
Oh, Canada. And I was actually born in Waterloo, Ontario. So it's a bit of a homecoming. And I'm so delighted to be able to catch up and find out what the heck happened at the induction. I'm sure you have stuff to show, but we purposely did not pick a topic because we wanted you to choose a topic in the Cashew Gallery. Hal Hoagie, right? That's the way I think I'm supposed to pronounce it, is in the studio as the captain of the Cashew Gallery today. He was the first to pop in. You get to choose, as long as it's not religion or politics. Everything else is fair game. And as in moose on the table. So glad to see you all here. Ricky, please have breakfast with me this morning. We're going to take a
Let's do
bite
it.
of my gratitude sandwich, which is, of course, top of the bun, things that we're grateful for outside of the ourselves, and then bottom of the bun, because I like it on the bottom, even though I haven't been getting it. Anyways, it's Friday, so I can talk a little bit of naughty, but bottom of the bun means what are we grateful for inside of ourselves? What do we like about ourselves? And this is an exercise I'd love for you to do. Good life habits. Start the day with gratitude. End the day before you go to bed tonight with appreciation. Why? Because too many of us are looking for love and likes in the wrong places on social media. Literally, I want you to be able to exercise your own self worth, self love, self care muscle. And that's why we do this. So let's start with what are you grateful for outside of yourself, Ricky?
I am grateful for my beautiful friends, you being one of them. Elena Nazaroff, my stylist. I just did a shoot with her recently. Shout out to Eugenia, a supermodel. She's on my Instagram. If you check it out, we just did a great rock and roll shoot together. Shout out to my friend Caden, who's like a model in his own right and a social media man, very popular boy. Just really cool people, though. Very
Awesome. I'm grateful that I have brought different colors for my to match you. Although this looks, it's purple here, but it looks blue on camera. But
Yeah. Looks great.
I am grateful that both of us are fashionistas, and we always match, no matter when it is or where it is, and we do not coordinate behind the scenes. Those of you who are thinking that we might do that, wow! Now I love that. That's
So
an
cute.
is that an anime?
Yes.
Yes, and her name is.
But we haven't named her yet.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Found her in Harajuku in Tokyo.
Oh, wow. Let me see her again, so I can put a name.
I'm sure she has a name, but
Yeah,
sure.
I think she looks like a peach, so I'm gonna call her Peach.
Kawaii
Sweet,
is. It
sweet.
says Kawaii is immortal.
Ooh, got the Hawaii going on in there
Like
too.
Kawaii. Kawaii means
Hawaii, Kauai. Awesome. I am grateful for a technology that allows me to broadcast from Canada. I'm grateful that my mom, my Chinese mom, she's hanging in there. She has Parkinson's. When I first got here, Ricky, I took a red eye. So I had work right up till Friday night. And so I got in, and she's usually, when I come see her, I kiss her on the forehead or I kiss her on the cheek, and she'll like sort of nod or say hi. This time she put her arms around me, Ricky, and in my entire life, I've never had her do that. You know, part of it's Chinese culture and part of it's our relationship has not always been, the most affectionate. And so she held on, and I was just shocked that and so touched. And she has trouble speaking now because her voice and all of that, but she's 90. And but it was such I'm so grateful that I got to come this time. And she's in palliative. I think it's going to be pretty soon that she goes into hospice, but so grateful, Ricky.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's go to the bottom of the bun, which is, what do you like about yourself? And I tell this story all the time. I'm just so proud of Ricky, and getting front row seats to watching him appreciate himself more.
Yeah.
And I know the rebels love Ricky, and I know I have supporters too, but I can remember a time where I would say, if I could like myself a quarter, a 25% of the way that other people like me, I'd be good, because that internal basher critic just wouldn't let myself like myself. And I
Mm,
work on that, and Ricky's done work on that, and he can
mhm.
actually isolate things that he likes about himself.
Yeah. It's still, practice. You gotta work at it. Let's see. What do I like about myself?
You have got to give yourself some props on Fashionista. Yeah, I mean, you
My
like, you
ability to wear
you outdo
clothes,
me. I think I'm a fashionista. I go, "No, you haven't seen my co-host, Ricky Rebel."
my
Uh,
ability to pull off clothes. I think it comes from courage. Having a courageous spirit.
yeah.
I have a courageous spirit. I like to, I don't. There's a part of me that really doesn't care what people think, and it's my favorite part of me. It's like it's grown. When I first started, when I first met you, it was this big, but now it's growing into a really nice situation where there's a part that part of me that goes like, look, if I love it, it's good enough. If I want to sing this song, it's good enough. If I want to release the song, it's good enough when I say it's good enough. So it's just this idea of being good enoughness that I'm really proud that I'm really getting into that world. You step in that world and you step out of it, but I want to live in that world. It's a really nice world to live in.
I feel like the self-esteem mama. You make me proud.
Well, it's crazy.
Oh, it's so
It's like a art form.
beautiful. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is. It's a skill. It's a skill, and it's an art form. You're absolutely right. And Hal, he's
Oh,
grateful for
Hal.
the two of us. I love it. Thank you for including
Love you,
me.
Hal.
Yeah, love you too. And you are very supportive. I'll say that is one of your. I hope you appreciate that about yourself, Hal. I appreciate that I am never going to get it done, and I'm never going to get it wrong. And part of my um, high achievement oriented, I used to, when I get this done or when I achieve this, I'm done, and I'll be happy, and I'll be happy when, and I'll be happy when. And folks, this is life, and we'll never get it done, and we'll never get it wrong. Everything is good. Everything is okay. Even if
Hmm.
it doesn't feel good, it's okay. And boy, I am so appreciative that this has been probably one of those life changing trips for me, because
Mm,
coming to Canada, being of service to my mom, it's not always been, it's like, I've got all this work, and then, and then going to someone who doesn't always show appreciation for me, because that's the best she could do. And circling back to your comment, Ricky, about, it matters most what I think about myself and about who I am and what I do. And there's that which is really good, and then there's also that extreme which is not that good, and I'm guilty of it, which is I don't give a flying through a
mm,
rolling donut what you think. So F
mhm,
you, and I'm going to do what I want to do anyways. That's a completely different energy
mhm.
from what you're working on and what you're doing so beautifully and what I'm trying to do, and not come from that place. And Ricky, I have done so much forgiveness work. Those of you who know, 7 out of 10 of us grew up with childhood trauma, and my Chinese mom was a tiger mom, and there's a lot of
Mm,
um, water that didn't go under the bridge. It stayed there, and it got like filthy water. And I drained most of it. I would say 80% of the resentment I had, I drained, but there was still that 20% that was giving me the pain and angst and anxiety and like anger that accompanied every trip to Canada. And so this
mm,
time between her holding me and me waking up the next morning. I'm going to start crying because it was just the most incredible freedom of really, really saying that she really, really did the best that she could do. Like she could not do any better. It was not personal. It felt personal, but I truly forgive her. I truly, like, I have completely let that go. And hopefully it lasts, but
Yeah.
it's lasted for 2 days now. And just such and now I know, Ricky, what my next work is. You know that screenplay that I'm working on, Life by a Thousand Cuts?
Yes.
That originally was, the truth about the abuse, the truth about the life, and I didn't want to do it until she had passed. And now it's completely different. This screenplay is going to be a pathway for every woman who's had a difficult relationship with their mother. And you
Mm,
don't have to be Chinese. You don't have to have had abuse. But I know all moms, like in the home she's in,
mm.
there were women, talking in the elevator about how difficult it is to care for their mom when their mom wasn't nice to them. And I went, oh my goodness, that's the next chapter of my work. That is it.
You found it. Yeah.
So I found it. So I hope are okay with me sharing all this personal stuff. I live
Absolutely.
my life out loud, and I just really wanted to tell you. I purposely didn't tell you before the show because I wanted to share that, and hopefully, if it resonates with any of you, it's not an easy relationship. If it's not one thing, it's your mother.
Mm, mm.
I know you have a beautiful relationship with your mom. But I think something about daughters and
Mhm,
mothers.
mhm. My mother had a very complex relationship with her mother.
So yeah, and
Mm,
we're gonna have her on next time in 2 weeks,
yeah.
celebrating Mother's Day.
Hey,
And
mom, if you're watching right now, you're gonna be on the show.
but you didn't tell her yet.
Not yet.
We made the decision
She
yesterday.
loves this show, so she's probably watching right now.
Yeah, that's
She's
great.
grown to love it. At first it
Yeah.
was like one of those like, "Oh, you guys are too positive, too happy, you gotta talk about, other things," like or, she calls it meaningful thing, but there's nothing more meaningful than, uh finding the positivity in life. I
Yeah.
honestly think that now, and you've really made me a believer in that.
Oh, well, it just feels better, you know. If you're angry about anything, it just doesn't feel good. Even if you're right, it
Yeah,
still doesn't feel good. So,
revenge is not going to make you happier. That's a lesson that I've been learning for a while. We just
mhm.
watched a really cool movie. Have you ever seen Kill Bill?
Yeah.
We just watched Kill Bill and
Oh,
volume 1 and 2,
isn't it
and
great? That's a
it's so great.
classic.
It's a
It's
classic,
a
and
classic.
it's a film all about revenge. And that was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, like growing up in Hollywood, and but now I look at it now, I see it in a different light. I get really happy when she finally gets with her daughter. She gets back with her daughter in the end.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, sorry.
Yeah,
Spoiler
spoiler
alert.
alert. Spoiler alert. But, oh, wow. Um, no. She is listening. Well, he's telling you now, darling.
You're coming on the show.
You're coming on the show, and it's gonna be tough, but I'm not gonna let you talk about politics because we know where you stand, and I love ya, but it's Mother's Day, and it will be celebrating my 13th year, my 677th, wait, 600, yeah, and 77th consecutive week on the air on camera. So that's my present for you, not to talk about politics when you come on, because it'll be celebrating Mother's Day as well. So I look forward to that.
Well, we have a
So
ton of things to talk about.
yeah,
Other than
why
that,
did I
there's a
why
lot to
did
talk
I
about.
originally want her to talk about what
Well,
we
it's
it
Mother's
came
Day,
up a
right?
couple of weeks ago. No, no, no. We were talking about something and I said I would love to hear your mom's take on that.
her take on it.
Yeah, now we'll have to go back and
We'll have to go back to that.
review
Yeah.
and what it was, but I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. So, what do you appreciate about yourself?
Let's see. Yesterday I went to the gym, and have you ever eaten before you go to the gym?
No.
Like we had a full meal. My friend Kaden and I went to California Pizza Kitchen.
Ooh,
I
what
had
did you have?
I had like a small little, personal pizza, and
Uh-huh.
then I had like a salad, Italian salad. It was delicious. Okay.
I love the gong bao spaghetti. That's why I asked.
Oh my gosh. We grubbed.
You did.
And when I got to the gym, it was just so hard to work out.
I'm
It
sure.
was so hard. Have you ever done that? Like you just feel like, ah.
I kind of feel like that every morning because my
Well, it
bathing
was
suit
just
says go to
crazy
the gym.
hard to do this thing, but and my body, and it's like the hardest day. It's the leg day. I did legs.
Uh-huh.
Legs require like almost like 2 hours of work. Okay,
Uh-huh.
because to get the results that I have
Yep.
and want
Yep.
to maintain. So I powered through it.
Mhm.
There were so many times I wanted to stop. So many, my body was hurting, my, different things, parts of my body, and I just powered through it. So I think after everything was said and done, I look at myself. I'm like, wow, that was a really cool moment for me to realize my own strength, my own power, my own perseverance. I didn't give up. I did every single exercise. I wanted to go home after the first exercise. I wanted to go home and call it a day.
And that is definitely a quality, tenacity, determination, not giving up, which is great. I call it the gospel according to Nike. Just do it.
Yeah.
So good for you. Good for
Okay.
you. One last appreciation. I appreciate my ability to love.
Yep.
Almost all the time, but not all the time, but the best that I can do. And that doesn't mean I have to love everybody close up. I can love some people from afar. I've learned that. But that everybody does the best that they can do. And so if I can cut everybody the same amount of slack that I want people to cut me, life becomes way more fun because I'm not avoiding people and ducking into the bathroom.
Mhm.
All right, one last appreciation from you.
I appreciate my creativity. I got a new single coming out soon. It's called Right Again. And
Ooh,
it's
I
about
love it.
mending a relationship that you messed up and making it
Ah,
right again.
that's almost like it's the perfect following to Never Give Up.
Yeah. Don't give up on me. It
Yeah,
is. Yeah. It's
yeah.
the part 2 of that.
I'm so excited. I didn't know that. See, this is why I
Mhm.
love or I don't allow him to tell me anything until the show. That's
Mhm.
awesome. And of course, I want to give him kudos too. And that's it for breakfast today. Thanks for joining us. If you do this good life habit, this hashtag Blisscipline for 28 consecutive days with or without me, I am on every weekday morning, but you can do it on your own. I promise you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day. It is your choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, you decide, ladies and gentlemen, what we talk about.
Did you hear the? I don't have my bell.
Hey, you.
I forgot to bring it, so I thought I'd use that instead. It was
What
either
is
that.
that?
It's a. I just downloaded a sound effect. Or this one. The sound effects made it into the suitcase, but the bell didn't. So what would you like to talk about? Edith is congratulations, Ricky.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. I would like to talk about that.
You could show the album cover.
The album
Single
cover
cover.
is this.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
Do you love it?
I do love it. That is so intense. And you know what it says? Like you captured it perfectly. The thing that you appreciated about yourself, the first one.
Mm.
That this is what I want to. I like it, and I hope you like it. But the most important thing is that I like it. That's the picture.
Thank you. It's I don't know if I should reveal this, but it's a very old picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's my really?
I look the same, so we're like,
Hey.
we don't really have. I just didn't want to do a photo shoot specifically for this single because we wanted it to feel dreamy and glammy, but the fashion was taken away from this particular song and the vibe of the song because I'm wearing very high fashion lately, and it wasn't vibing with it. So we decided to go back into the archives into 2014, 10 years ago, and change.
You look exactly the same.
Thank you. And change the blue. There was blue hair. We changed it to black, and there you go.
It's beautiful. I love the hair highlights that match the background.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done. And it does, you can say, if they don't watch this show, that you purposely went back to the archives because the point of the song is right again.
Yes.
Hello.
Right again.
So it was not anything to be embarrassed about. It was purposeful. You did it #accidentally, not accidentally. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a spirit I had a lot of in that era that I think I'm really channeling now again. It's the hunter, the Sagittarian hunter. The new EP we're gonna base it off of what it means to be a Sagittarian, what I've experienced in my life as a hunter, and the journey. It's just a spiritual album. It's digital, it's spiritual, it's all kinds of influences like that. But I'm excited. It's coming together. It's a philosophical album. Or set of music. It's not going to be like a full album. It's just like a set of music, maybe like 5 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. A demi. Edith says it looks like spring. And it does. And actually, guess what? We are dressed to match it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is so funny.
Isn't that funny? I mean, truly. That's not you. Wait, how do I get this? I don't know why this is doing some funny things. There we go.
It's doing some
yeah. Is that crazy or what? We are totally matching.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I actually was talking about your induction. How did that go?
It's very good. It's what happened was one of the the organizer, Captula. She's the one who inducted me. She passed away recently. Yes, it was just heartbreaking. So we had to take that moment, for the family to grieve.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, can you believe it? But she was the one who believed in me and inducted me.
Right.
So, yeah.
Of natural causes?
Natural
or-
causes, yeah.
Oh.
Can you believe it?
No.
I mean, she
Was
was
she,
very old.
oh, she was old. Okay. She
Yeah,
was
she was
older.
old. Yeah,
Okay.
older.
Older. Okay. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like
It wasn't a,
40s,
like
40s die of a heart attack kind of thing.
right,
Okay. Aw.
right.
Well, she wanted to do it, so what an honor that it was.
Yeah, and she's she and I had a very interesting relationship for the short time I knew her. Feisty. She was a feisty woman. She got kind of upset with me because I was really focused on she's like, you're focused more on the Grammys than you are being inducted, that you are honored to be a part of this. And I'm like, no, that is so not true, Captula. I'm very honored to be a part of it. I just needed to know XYZ. I needed it to be in writing, all this stuff, all that thing.
Right.
I need a press release.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be professional before you go out publicly with something. You have to really make sure that you actually are, being inducted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, you're right. So she calls me her little bratty boy to people. She's like, he's my bratty boy. I'm sure it was a term of endearment.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
She dedicated her life to music and to musicians and to Grammy producers and writers and giving them their, she says that a lot of the people who were inducted, they appreciated that more than they did like winning the Grammy. So she was a little bit offended with me, but then I told her, no, I'm going to promote it. I'm going to be this, that, and I did. So she was very happy. And she passed away. So
when did she pass away?
Recently, like a week ago.
So right before the event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so did the event go off?
Well, yeah, but the thing is like it's one of those things where the family just doesn't want to.
Oh,
yeah, they're heartbroken.
Oh well. Can't wait to see what good comes out of this.
Me too. Me too.
I mean, it was an honor. Like, we're not gonna take that away. So maybe I don't feel so bad for missing it now because I felt really bad. And then James got to give it to you instead of me. So did he end up going?
No. Like, we're gonna take a moment. Like, we're gonna see the family's in talks right now to put it together, like to do it again. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I didn't get the full picture. Okay. Now, what do you guys want to talk about? Eat it. What do you want to talk about? Spring? Mama, do you want to talk about something? Hal, those are all the ones identified, but I know there are more. Guyball's in the studio, and we've got people have been giving us the finger, Ricky, this one.
Oh yeah.
And hearts. So actually, we're going to take a quick break for news, weather, and traffic. And when we come back, we go talk about whatever you want to. It's your choice today. Chuck Woolery used to say peace in, we'll be back in 2 and 2. And I'm going to say peace in and peace out. Don't go away. We will be right back with you.
Well, she has been dubbed the Asian Oprah, and she just wants all of us to be happy.
Dr. Marissa, aka the Asian Oprah, says the most important thing you can choose is choosing to be happy.
You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa.
That's the idea for Dr. Marissa Pay's new book called 8 Ways to Be Happy.
Many of us say, I am my own worst critic.
Nobody's harder on me than I am. And my response to that is, stop it. Why are you doing that to yourself? You have to be your biggest fan, because if you can't at the end of the day say, I did a good job, who is? We don't have to constantly be angry at the things that are wrong. Why don't we choose to be happy about things that are right? We have the choice. That's our muscle. And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course my YouTube TV channel. And Ricky's, please subscribe, give us the finger, and you can enjoy my red carpet playlist as well with my interviews with Halle Berry, John Travolta, Jimmy Kimmel, and more. And this is the home of the Asian Oprah. I was actually introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. And thanks for making this the number one talk in the IE show. And today it is time for Straight Talk with myself and fabulous co-host
Ricky Rebel.
And today we are letting you choose the topic. And we have one out here, Ricky from Eat It Be Kiss. What do you guys think about the Olympics coming to LA and the impacts? I am very hopeful. That is a great topic.
Mhm.
And I think you're saying that about my speaker promo. Thank you very much. And I'm interested. Great. In your cultural definition of a tiger mom. Great questions. So, Ricky, what do you think about the Olympics coming to LA?
I think it's great. It's going to be amazing. What's your favorite Olympic sport?
Winter or summer?
Summer.
Gymnastics.
Me too.
Yeah. Of course it is. Of course it is, because
I love gymnastics.
I love gymnastics. And even though, now you realize how much wear and tear is on the body for something like that. But
tell me about it.
I did gymnastics too. I don't know if I told you that.
For how long?
In high school. Well, from grade school to high school, and then had a very bad accident off of the trampoline. I went up, and I did a flip and a twist, and I came down. I took off too far forward in the sweet spot, and the spotters who are supposed to break your fall saw me coming down off of the trampoline, and they went like that, and I landed on my right foot, all my weight from 10 feet up, and shattered my ankle. I was 13, and broke my growth plate. And the doctor said I would have a leg shorter than the other, all this stuff. And a miracle happened. A month later, the growth plate had gone back in on its own without surgery.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Gymnastics is no joke.
No joke. What were
warriors?
What was your apparatus?
The floor, of course. I placed very high on the floor. I got very high. I placed 14th in the state of California.
Nice.
And I was scheduled to go to train for the Olympics, and it was getting real hot and heavy.
And
I just hated the competition, competitions, and all of it. It's way too stressful for a kid. I I just wanted to have fun. So that's why they put me into ballet and dance in order to keep me in gymnastics so I can train for the Olympics. So a lot of the gymnasts like to go into ballet or dance class to
Mhm.
kind of take the edge off of, being a gymnast. But I ended up loving dance class way more than gymnastics because it wasn't no longer this like death defying thing every day. I always say this. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if I want to say this out loud, but I think I was a little bit too intelligent for gymnastics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't say that.
I won't tell Shannon Miller, who I've gotten to interview.
You
and
have to. What is it? Maybe it's
several
not
others.
intelligence, but maybe it's like a survival instinct in me.
Self-survival
My
instinct.
survival instinct was a little bit higher than what is needed to be a gymnast. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw a really, really high competing gymnast. You have to be a little
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
because
Well, that
there were things that I saw. I saw somebody, one of my friends, who was on the high bar, like doing giants. We were training, so they had to put us in little straps on our
Mhm.
hands
Mhm.
that connected us to the bar, so we're not
Right.
going to fly off.
Right.
So we're training, to teach us how to go around and around and do the whole thing. His little strap got caught. So what happened to his wrist?
Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear.
I mean,
I don't want to hear.
that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm hugely visual, and so once I
You know
get
what
that, I
happened?
will
And then
not.
a girl on the ballet I saw a girl on the beam just split her head open. I mean, I saw so many things, and I'm like, how am I supposed to have fun?
Okay. I get the smart comment.
Do you do what I'm saying? Do you get the smart comment? Like what? It's an intelligence thing.
Well,
Like,
I don't know if it's definitely that
no, it's a
people who
survival
do
thing. It's not intelligence.
Evil Knievel. Like, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in such a high risk place? But
Listen, nobody has more respect for gymnasts than me. I
yeah.
have so much respect for them. What they do, they're
Mhm.
warriors. I mean, basically, they're warriors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to be. I don't know.
Ye-
That's not the kind of battling I want to do.
yeah. No, totally understandable. I
But
got
I
to share.
respect them beyond imagination. My whole Facebook account, my For You page or whatever pops up on my reels is all
Mhm.
gymnasts,
Gymnastics. Oh,
all
okay.
girls on the beam
Mm.
or men doing incredible feats. So yes, I think the Olympics, to get back to the topic of, is very inspiring for people to see what's possible for the human spirit, what's
Yes.
possible. There's just this inner strength that gymnasts have and athletes in general that can inspire us to push in our own lives and to
Mhm.
go past our own limitations.
Inspiring, definitely inspiring.
Yeah.
And I agree with Ricky. I think it's beautiful that we get to host. I think it's always I'll go from big to small. The big is the way the Olympics is able to take country nationalism and not make it warring. Like, it is the one example that we can come together as countries who are at war and not be at war. So in that aspect, I think the
Mm.
Olympics are extremely beautiful, inspirational. I hope that we continue to not let politics infiltrate the games, right?
Mhm.
And there's been so many beautiful stories of countries at war, but the Olympians themselves are connecting, and I think that's beautiful as well.
Absolutely.
So I hold the Olympics to the highest level of esteem. I'm going to give the Olympics, in fact, right now, Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award.
I love it.
And then for LA, I got to be on the welcoming committee, and I gave the, what do you call it? The award, the bronze, silver, and gold medals to the Paralympic sailors in Long Beach.
Oh my
And
God.
this was 8 years ago, I think. So, um, love that. And I hope that I get to again participate this coming year. Um,
Great.
I hope that answers your question, Edith.
Thank you, Edith.
Thank you. Um, let's see. Back to work with me. Oh, okay. Bye, Hal. He had to go back to work. Wonderful, always having you there. Deborah, Mama. Also, for those of you who don't know, Deborah is Ricky's favorite mom, and she's just lovely. I got to have a meal with her, and I'm sure we're going to spend more time together in the rest of our lives. And she's coming on the show in 2 weeks, so don't miss her for Mother's Day special. She's asked a question: your cultural definition of a tiger mom. It's funny. I did stand up last night, Ricky, up here in Toronto. I've been on stage up here, honing my craft.
Love it.
Monday night, I was first runner up of 48 comics.
Wow.
And then last night, I was at a special comedy lab that night is especially for people of color, people part of the LGBTQ plus community. So that was a wonderful time, and I was told that I killed it. So that was good, and I can
Amazing.
come back anytime. But one of the girls that I made friends with is a Chinese from China
Oh,
comedian. Her name's Winnie. She's fabulous. She's also gay. Parents don't know yet. Culturally, that's not something. Comic is also not exactly because the tiger mom reference in the culture is moms who believe that it is their job to guide your children to the point of extreme, and success only means as a child you study and only study. I was only allowed 2 hours of TV a week. So no sleepovers, no going to friends' places, study, 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 study. That is a traditional definition. You see it in the news sometimes, kids aren't allowed to be social, right? Because that isn't important. And the only two jobs that are Tiger Mom approved professions, doctor and lawyer. And if you're not either one of those, you better be a professor, which is sort of third tier. But no blue collar, no anything that is not professional and placed on a pedestal. And you marry for that. Your looks are 1000% important, which is why my mom called me fat and ugly and clumsy. It's negative motivation because it's good for you. And if I had $1 for every time my mom said, I tell you, I insult you for your own good. I tell you you're fat so that you will not become fat. I tell you you're stupid so that you'll study more. So that is the definition of a tiger mom. And the worst part, I guess, is when I was talking to Winnie, is this is a pride thing. We would see it as borderline abuse, and it is esteemed to be a tiger mom.
Lucy.
What do you think of that?
Terrifying. I'm sorry. I think it's terrifying.
It's the Chinese version of what Brooke Shields' mom was perceived as being.
I think the equivalent I'm aware of is, you have these stage moms, momagers, momagers, if you will. They push their children to make a lot of money in the industry. I met a lot of momagers. The kids were basically they funded the whole family, so their success meant food on the table for the entire family. So the momagers tended to be very protective of their child, wanted the only the best and this that, like, fought for them, made lots of ruckus, made casting directors' lives live, you know what,
Yeah,
and
HE double hockey stick.
double hockey sticks. Yeah,
Well,
so that would be my idea, a little bit of my world, like what that would kind of be equivalent to. People thought that my mom uh, pushed me into the industry, was kind of like a momager type, but she really wasn't. My mom always gave me an out,
Mhm.
with the industry. She said, are you having fun? Are you not having fun anymore? Do you want to, if you're not having fun, you need to step out. You need to not do this.
Mhm.
You need to XYZ.
Mhm.
And a
Good.
momager would do the opposite. A momager would do like, you
Mhm.
have to do this.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is period.
Yeah.
But my parents both always gave me that kind of, and I would get so angry with them. She's like, maybe you should quit. And I was
Mm.
like, Mom, don't ever say that to me. Don't say that. She's like, what? I'm just telling you, this looks like you're really stressed out right now. It just looks like you're
Right.
going through it. And I just hate to see you like this. And maybe you should, not.
Mhm.
That's the opposite
That's
of
a
a
good mom.
momager.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good mom.
I think so. But at the time I was like, I wish I had, you
A little
know,
more?
a Michael Jackson's
That's
father,
Oh,
Joe
no, you don't.
Jackson.
No, 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 no,
No, I
no.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
So
Or a Jessica Simpson, Joe Simpson, these people, oh, they fought for their children beyond imagination. Like but I have to tell you, my parents fought for me too. And
Mhm,
when it comes to getting me the right lawyers, getting me the right things, they always protected me. But
mhm.
but the Joe Jacksons of the world, the Joe Simpsons of the world, who made Jessica, who made Ashley, uh, they're on a whole other level as far as fighting for their kids to succeed.
So there's 2 sides of that. I'm gonna do the balance thing. I actually I get to interview a lot of names, right? And, on the red carpet playlist, I mention every show. There's one interview that I have buried, and I will never show it. And it is, the one you just mentioned, because I
You
believe there
spoke with him?
Yes, I
Wait a minute.
interviewed him before he
I'm taking
died.
my glasses off.
Yes, I have it, and I will not publish
He
it.
has such a dark
It's
energy, right?
so I'll show you in private, but I will not release that interview. It was
What did
just
he
so
say?
unsettling to me. Just the way like my my hair is crawling on my I don't have hair on. Well, anyways, I'm getting the
Chills. The
EBGBs
willies.
already just thinking about it, and the way that I felt like I was with Bill Cosby or Weinstein, that, and it was just I could see I could see him, in who he was. And so maybe 5% of what you're talking about, having your parents, act on your behalf, right, is a good thing and lobby for you. But 95% of what they did was just wrong. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry,
Oh, of
wrong.
course.
And
That
same
was
with
what, yeah, I was a kid that that's like something I thought about. That's not
Yeah.
reality though. In reality, it's just
Forgotten about that too, because it was years ago.
no. In reality, I had the best parents ever, and I knew that, and I know that. There's just this
Yeah.
thing about this industry, though. You have to be a little bit of a monster, like a little bit. You have to. You have to really. There
There's
is
a
a part.
line.
There
Up
is a
that
line.
line.
I'm just saying, this industry. The you know this.
Yeah.
I'm not a monster, okay? But Britney needed in order to, okay? Britney would not have succeeded without her aggressive team. She had a very aggressive team. She had a very good lawyer, Larry Rudolph. And she had her momager
But it
and her
had a
father,
cost. It had a consequence, and I think that's,
right?
and I'm not thinking of her because I haven't spoken to her, personally, but I have spoken to Corey Feldman personally. I've interviewed him several times,
Mm,
and it's funny, the story it's a funny story. Real quick, his publicist said, he can come on, but you cannot ask him about his parents. You can't ask him about child labor. You can't ask him about the other Corey. You can't ask him about the physical or molestation. You can't ask him about anything. I'm like, okay. So he comes on and he sits down, and the first thing I say to him, I said, Corey, I'm so great. I'm glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and doing a little research. Man, you've had one heck of a life. And he goes, yeah, when I was da 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 da, and
that's the way he sounds, huh?
he told me everything. And I looked over at the publicist, and I'm like, I didn't
I
ask.
didn't do it. He's a really cool guy.
He is a very cool guy. I want to ask him back, but I feel bad because he divorced Courtney, and
Mhm.
it was not a pretty divorce, and I loved her too, and so I'm just sitting with that right now.
He's in love with this other woman.
Is he? Okay.
Uh-huh. He's
Yeah. And I
happy. He's
feel,
happy.
yeah, but Courtney's not happy. And so,
Mm.
I'm just I'm gonna wait a bit.
You're in the middle. So
Yeah.
getting back to it, I do 100% disagree with any type of, mistreatment of another human being, period. Uh, the abuse they suffered was, of course, absolutely irreprehensible. I will say, though, that some of the hardest, going back to the Olympics, going back to the coaches, going back to momagers, going back to tough people, I've had coaches who are really aggressive on me, really hard on me, and they ended up teaching me the biggest lessons about myself and about, my resilience. I had a really nasty manager, abusive. He would
Mm.
call us all sorts of names. He would allow all kinds of things to go down in the studio with the other producers. We got to call it. We got to call it. All
Yeah,
right,
we're right up
let's
against
call
that.
it. Let's
But
call it.
that was a great final word. And I hear you. And I'm gonna come back and I'll say, yes, I agree with you. There's a little bit of that is very valuable, right?
In
It
love, if it's coming
Yeah,
from love, but
yeah,
not if it's coming from
yeah,
the dark place that we're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
this
you.
was a fun as usual. We are overtime as usual. I love you.
I love
So
you.
great always to come back and catch up. Thank you, Cashew Gallery. We had a great Cashew Gallery. We have great topics. Thank you so much for joining us. It's all about balance, folks. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Join me Monday again. I'm coming back at you with Mental Health Matters Mondays. And Ricky, take us out and wish us
The best weekend ever. Yay.